and I know that you have dealt with celiac disease, and it's real, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's real. I don't think people quite understand. Some people are like, oh, I don't eat gluten. And people are like, oh gosh, gluten, here we go with the gluten thing. And I'm like, first of all, I'll say when I don't have gluten and I don't have dairy, I feel significantly better.
Yeah.
Significantly. So tell me exactly what it does to you and what happens when you do take things you're not supposed to take or eat.
Okay. Well, I found out when I was in Texas doing the thing about football. I got really, really, really sick. Connie and I would go out and eat every night. And it was just, whatever was amazing, which is everything here. And I just started to get like really bad stomach pains, like almost like I feel like I might know what being shot feels like.
Whoa.
Like I would have pain pills I'd be driving and I would be writhing in pain on the side of a road for sometimes an hour. And it was never consistent. And then I started dropping a ton of weight and I had this belly, sleeping 14 hours a day, still didn't feel like I was sleeping. And then the really freaky thing was I couldn't walk up a flight of stairs. I was so out of breath. So I finally went to the doctor and he gave me a blood test and I had absolutely no B vitamin. I was so anemic. I was like 0.001 away from needing a blood transfusion. No vitamin D, anything. So it looked virtually like I was anorexic. You know what I mean?
Did he ask you that?
Yeah, he asked me all the questions. I mean, again, too, I'm like really thin. I'm like, you don't understand how much I eat. And I don't know what's going on. So he tested me for a million different things. And I had already kind of self-diagnosed at that point when I was younger, because I always had tummy issues and hadn't eaten like anything carby. I always did really well on that. So I was just like, would you just test me for celiac? He's like, you're supposed to be born with that. If you were born with it, you'd be 4'2". And it's just an old school way of thinking. And I'm like, just listen, you're already testing me for MS and all this other shit, Sure enough, the thing that came back positive was celiac. And you have to go to a gastroenterologist. It is a whole thing because you're like more susceptible to like colon cancer and all those things. But yeah, it's a real thing. And so it's ultimately a malnutrition disorder because it kills the villi in your intestines if you have celiac and you can't absorb nutrients.
So this is why you feel or felt the fatigue, why you weren't gaining weight, why you weren't having the strength to go up the stairs. It was because of this.
Yes.
And what did you do? How hard is it to get on a specific diet and stick to it?
In the beginning, it was hard. I mean, it's so easy now. Like everybody has a gluten sensitivity or allergy or whatever. And like most places have gluten-free, shit. Austin always did. Even when I was first diagnosed, they had a bakery. But it was the sauces. I kept messing up because I didn't realize that it's like literally in every sauce. So that became kind of a, touch and go thing. So it's really hard for people to start on that, but it's so easy now. And sometimes the stuff tastes better.
Hey guys, I'm doing another live podcast downtown LA at the Regent Theater. And my special guest for January 24th is Kristen Ritter, Breaking Bad, Jessica Jones. This is going to be a sold out event. I know it. It's going to be exciting. And there's a meet and greet and so much fun that's going to happen January 24th. So make sure you get tickets as soon as possible. Downtown Los Angeles at the Regent. Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum with special guest Kristen Ritter. I'm so excited.